In less than 24 hours, I'll be racing in the first race of the National Skyrunning Championship here in Italy. And as you can see, I have still nothing ready. Carvico is 4 hours away from here. I still have to do a shakeout run, so it's better if I start packing something. I still don't know how the weather is going to be like, but for sure I'm going to use this t-shirt that is from my new team. But since I've said I don't know how the weather is going to be, I'm going to bring also this shirt to put underneath if I feel cold, or otherwise I have this if I feel hot. Of course I'll need some pants, because otherwise I'm going to jail. But on top of it all, I'm probably going to use also this belt to bring with me half a liter of water, my phone, and all the mandatory equipment that I need. And now, as I've showed you all my running equipment, wait, I forgot my shoes, wait a second. And I'm back. For this race, I'm going to use the Topo MTN4. This is a very responsive shoes. I feel like they're really fast, faster than the other one that I usually use, so I'm going to use those. Now I showed you everything. It should be time to talk about my race plans, but I don't have time for that because I have to go for my shakeout run, and I think that even after I won't have time for that, so I'll probably talk about my plans this evening. See you later. Oh wait, I forgot one last thing. At this race, I'm going to go pretty much alone. Now you may have a question. What does it mean that you're going alone? Well, for this race, neither my dad or any of my relatives nor any of my new teammates could come with me. So I'm going with a complete stranger, but since my dad organized everything, I'm not scared at all. But now you may have another question. Why are you talking about some new team? Well, I'm still running for Pomaretto, but this race is a Skyrace, and it's organized by FISky, so the National Federation for Sky Races. And Pomaretto cannot subscribe me to this type of races. So I decided to enter in a new team that could also subscribe me to this type of races, Baudenasca. But now I think that I covered all the plateaus that were remaining, and now my past me is probably back home from his shakeout run, so it's time to get back to him. Shakeout run done, the bag is almost fully packed. I also put inside a couple of school books, cause I want to study, but I know I'm not going to study, and well, I think it's time to go. I've made it in the hotel. Let's go. Back. I probably don't have time to show you my race plans, so I'm going to leave that to my future me. And now I have to eat dinner and then go to sleep because I want to be extra strong tomorrow. And I'm back here covering the plateaus that past me was making. Very good. Since I have to explain both the race curse and the race strategy, I'll start with the race curse. Thanks to a friend, I managed to get last year's race curse, and he had a structure pretty much like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it was like this. So, with a big ascent, a descent, an ascent, a descent, an ascent, and then another big descent. My ideal time will be to finish in 1 hour. It's possible? Yeah, it's going to be hard, of course, because this race, or at least this race course, is about 12 kilometers long with more than 600 meters of elevation gained, and of course another 600 meters of elevation lost. It's going to be really hard getting the time that I want. My race strategy is to start out pretty fast, going really fast on the first uphill, then using the first 2 descent to recover, going fast of course on both of those uphills, and then pushing everything that I have left on the final descent to get the best time that I can. For this race, I'm also going to use a couple of carbos. I'm going to put them in half a liter of water. I don't know how my stomach is going to react. I don't think it's going to take it pretty well, but anyways, we'll see. I think that now it's finally time for race day.
We're ready. So now, basically, I'm probably going to eat breakfast, and then I'm going to prepare the last few things for the race. Like, I forgot to say that for this race, I was going to use some carbs before the race, and I'm probably going to drink a bit less during the race. Like, I have no idea how much, but nothing more than half a liter for sure. Well, now I probably have to take big dump, and well, see you later. Breakfast done, dump taken. It's time for the water bottles. Water bottles done. Somehow I managed to make a mess even with a simple task like this, and I think now it's time to go. I think that I got everything. Now we can go. I finally got the bib. Now I'm going to warm up, and since from this point on I don't know how much I'll be able to talk, future me, narration time.
After I finished my warm-up, that was a little longer than I wanted because they delayed the race start by 15 minutes, I got to the race start and I was finally ready to go. As soon as we were free, I started climbing to get in a better position. And as I started the first ascent, I made my first move. I decided to run the entire first ascent. If you're a trail runner, you probably know that seeing someone that is running on a pretty steep ascent means that that guy is probably stronger than you, at least if you're walking. And that's exactly what I relied on. I managed to destroy the confidence of my opponent, and at the top of the first ascent, I gained a minute from the guy behind of me. As I started the first descent, I was going pretty slow, and that was probably a pretty big mistake because the guy that was a minute behind me was closing in and was closing in fast. So on the second ascent, I started pushing and I managed to gain another gap on him. And after that, the second descent was a lot runnable, it was really fast, and I also managed to gain another couple of seconds and closing in on the guy in front of me. But then, out of nowhere, it appeared this ascent that was absolutely monstrous. On the top, I managed to close the gap between me and the guy in front of me and gain another minute on the guy behind me. So there, my only goal was to get the guy in front of me. On the descent, I did everything that I could, but still I couldn't close those 5 seconds that I had behind him. And I also tried to close him on the asphalt, that is probably the part that I'm stronger right now, but still I couldn't. So I finished the race with a time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 36 seconds in 5th place overall, 4th by age group. But now you may see a problem. Well, I was prepared for a 12 kilometers race with 600 meters of elevation. Well, last year's race was a little bit shorter, while this year had a kilometer more and 100 meters of elevation more. So overall, I couldn't get the goal that I wanted, but it was quite impossible because even the first guy didn't get less than an hour. And well, I'm pretty much happy with this result. It was the first really long race of the season. I'm really happy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next run. Hold on a second, I just forgot one last thing. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone that helped me through my training, especially my dad, because otherwise this time I probably wouldn't have been able to race. And second thing, I wanted to thank especially you for staying until the end. And with that, we can actually see in the next one.